Hey, how's it going, folks? The name's Deathy, and welcome back to another episode of my solo RPG playthrough of 4 Against the Darkness. Okay, right, so in the last episode, we started our adventure with our 4 characters, and so far we faced off against 2 minion fights, one against some skeletons and the other against some zombies. So yeah, so far we kind of delved into a little bit of a crypt, and also we did actually come across an altar which gave one of our dwarves a +1 to the attack rolls when facing off against undead creatures, so that's pretty cool. Okay, right, so we just finished off the last fight, which was against some skeletons, and there is one little rule clarification I want to check before we carried on. So yeah, if we go to the PDF, looting. So when your party defeats all the monsters in the room, make a roll on the treasure table. Some monsters have more treasure than others. Some have a treasure roll modifier. For example, if the monster's profile says treasure -1, you roll a -1 on the table. Some monsters do not have any treasure at all. You make one roll per encounter, not one roll per monster. Roll for treasure even the monsters flee. Well, okay, right. So I was just looking for the treasure table, that's why I made a cut there. Okay, so basically, anytime we face a room, not a corridor, a room, and we successfully defeat an encounter, basically roll a d6 on the treasure table here. So a 0 or less, now obviously, like I mentioned with the -1 modifiers depending on the monster, we either get no treasure found, a 1, d6 gold pieces, 2 d6 gold pieces, 3 a scroll over a random spell, 4 1 gem worth 2d6 times 5 gold pieces, 5 1 item or jewelry worth 3d6 times 10 gold pieces, and then 6 is one magic item from the magic table below. So we're gonna roll a make sure I got the right window open. Have okay. So we're gonna roll a d6 to determine what it is we have. So let's have a look. 2. Okay, so that is 2. Okay, so that's 2d6 gold pieces. Okay, so we're gonna do 2d6 gold pieces. So that is 2 gold. Now here is the important thing as well. There's a couple of things we need to go over as well, because I was looking at the PDF file it's in the last episode. So if we go to the dwarf, as it says here, dwarves can smell golden monsters. When you meet a monster, if you have a dwarf in the party, roll a d6 and add the dwarf's level. If it's a total of 6 or better, you may determine the monster's treasure before deciding to attack the monster. So basically, this means that you roll you may determine the monsters. Yeah, so basically we can determine what the treasure roll is to determine, you know, if we're going to engage them or not. But the other thing is this. So dwarves are extremely attached to gold. A party with 2 or more dwarves. No, where is it? Oh, here we go. Yeah. When you find treasure that can be split, such as coin, you must always assign at least 1 coin to every dwarf in the party if possible. So because we have 2 dwarfs, unfortunately the 2 gold is going to be given to the dwarfs. So this means that Miguel, Malgil, our dwarf, is now on to 9 gold, and Adriga is now on 11 gold. So we'll just do little things like that. Okay, right. So now going back to the task at hand. So we have a few different things that we can do now. So we could either go through this direction, we could carry on through this direction, or we could go back the way, come down here, and see if there's one more room here possibly, or we could backtrack and go left. So I think what we're going to do is this: we'll roll a d4 and it determines which direction we're going to go. So that's going to be 1, that's going to be 2, that's going to be 3, and back way is going to be 4. So let me just roll quick d4 to see where this we're going. Roll d4, 1. Okay, so we're going to take the room to our left. So we're going to go that way. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to go back to the PDF, and then we need to go back to runes contents. No, that's rune contents table. We need this, so we need to do a d66 to determine which it is. I can do 28. It's 28 a room, 28 is not a room, so it needs to end in 6 primarily. 6. Wait, no. Is that an entrance room? 6 is an entrance room, isn't it? Yeah, d6, right, so we can't put that there. So, well, thing. Clicking all the wrong bloody things. Okay, right. D66. 64, don't think that's it. Nope. I'll tell you what, let's just roll a D6. 4 and 1. Okay, so that's a bit better. Yeah, instead of just rolling 2 D66, we'll just roll two singles. Okay, right, so 41. Right, so what room's 41 now? 41 is this. Okay, no problem. Right, so we'll quickly put that down. Like so. Okay, so we're into another room now, which is pretty cool. I'll tell you something, this dungeon's actually pretty big actually up there, isn't it? Okay, do that. Cross. Okay, so now... Oh, by the way, I keep forgetting. Yep, so there we go, that's for room 41. So we'll go back to the PDF, and then we go to the... treasure table, where is it? Yeah, food contents table, there we go. So now we have to roll 2d6 to see what it is. So 2d6. 10. Oh, I don't like the sound of that. What is 10? 10 is if corridor empty, otherwise roll on the weird monster table. So it's not a corridor, it's a room, so we're going to roll onto the weird monster table. Brilliant. So, weird monsters are quite dangerous. Can be quite dangerous. So let's have a look at our weird monsters table. Let's see what we have. So for weird monsters, we have a D6. That's minions. Boss. Weird monsters. Oh god. Okay. So weird monsters are close to the boss. Defeating a weird monster gives us 1 XP roll. So hopefully we can actually defeat this if possible. So let's see what we got. 5. Alright, so we've got 5. Okay, what do we have? We've got Giant Spider. Jesus. Okay, let's get this settled then, shall we? Giant Spider. Bloody hell. Okay, Giant Spider, Giant Spider. Just funny enough, I was playing a group of... I was playing a D&D game with my main group the other week, and we were doing a Giant Spider encounter. It was very interesting one. And actually, looking at the state of the room as well, it kind of does look like perfect for a giant spider as well, doesn't it? Jesus, a giant spider, eh? God. It's bad enough I'm arachnophobic, and yes, I am not producing an image of a giant spider. You can go away with that. Okay, so this is going to be very interesting. Okay, so giant spider is level 5. It's got 3 life, 2 attacks. We've got 2 treasure rolls, which is pretty cool. So, characters taking a wound must save versus level 3 poison or lose an additional life. Due to the spider's webbing, the party may not withdraw for this fight unless they cast a fireball spell to burn the webs. Reactions, always fight. Okay, so basically, the party's going to go in to see this giant webbing all over the place, and then in the corner of the room, giant spider starts crawling down. So obviously, we're going to fight. So yeah, we are going to fight. So we need to get... So, the only person who has a sling is Azira? Yeah, I forget my own character's names actually. So yeah, Azira has a sling, so we're going to take an attack. Now, Giant Spider is level 5, so this means that we have to roll a 5. This is a very, very dangerous enemy. And the fact is, we can't withdraw, so this means this fight could actually be life or death. I'm not joking, this might actually be life or death. So, we just gotta see what we can do. Okay, just gotta see what we can do. Right, so first of all, Azira's going to throw a sling. So, because we're not against anyone that's... So, because the giant spider doesn't have the bludgeoning thing with the skeletons, she's rolling at -1. Okay, so let's have a look. So, let's start with that. Okay, so roll a d6. No, because it's -5, so it's 4. No, that's 4. So, unfortunately, she just misses at the last second. So, that's completely out. And now we're into combat. Okay, so I think because we're fighting, it means the rest can get... Right, so we're back to a full turn now, right? Okay. So 1 second. Right, so Miguel's on a +1. Grumman's on a -1. Hazira's on a -1. No, sorry. Hazira needs to skip her turn to switch from a sling to a Yatigan. And Atrika's on a +1 for her Corpus. Right, okay, so let's do this then. So, let's go with a D6 +1. Freeze a miss. D6 -1. Oh, no, we're going in marching order. So, right, so it's D6 +1. 7. And that's perfect. That is perfect because we rolled a natural 6. I need to bring up the rules for this because this is an especially really good thing. We get something called the explosive 6 rule. So whenever we roll a 6, perform any character action, immediately roll another d6 and add the result to the total. This is cumulative. If you roll another d6, roll again and add it to the total. With enough luck, you can roll any number. In combat, this lets you kill multiple minions with a lucky blow. In other situations, will allow your character to save against a threat higher than 6. Now, the problem is, I'm not sure how this works with extra rolls, I think. Oh, okay, yeah, that was... Wait. Community if you had another... Okay, yeah, I remember now. I remember because... because we got 6, so that's an automatic hit. Right, so let me just do something here. Okay, so 3 life, so that's an automatic hit. So we're going to... go for the life. So that's an automatic hit. So we need to roll another 5 or above in order to hit again. So we're going to go D6 +1. That's another 6. Oh my god. So that's 14. So that beats another one of these. Now, here's the other thing as well. Because the let's see, I have to go back to the PDF for this. So these are treated like bosses, right? So let's go down to the boss table, the encounters. Okay, right. So we got bosses here. Using the find search. Okay, so bosses are tougher than minions. They have multiple life points like creatures. Wait, hold on. Yeah, they were like a boss, don't they? Like, weird monsters, right? I think so. Okay, right. So, yeah, so basically, the weird monsters are equivalent to bosses, right? So, bosses are tougher than minions. They have multiple life points like characters. Some perform more than 1 attack per room, but more attack per turn. Every successful hit in a boss depletes 1 of the life points. When a boss loses more than half of his life points, his level drops by 1, and he must make a morale check. Roll a die. If the result is 3 or less, the boss flees. If the roll is 4 or better, the boss continues to fight to the bitter end. When his life points reach 0, the boss is dead, and his body and room can be looted. So the boss's level drops immediately as soon as you reduce his life total to less than half. For example, level 6 boss with 5 life points because level 5 creature when it's total 3 points of damage. That means that it becomes easier to hit and the monster's void escape. So basically, I did a little bit of a wrong thing. Let's go back to the peak reading. So I've done a little bit of a wrong thing because basically what I've done is, because it's got 3 life, half of 3 is 1.5, right? So I've done 1.5 rounded down. So it seems to be, it's going to be rounded up, so it should be here, but it's fine. So basically, the level 5 becomes 4, so now we only have to roll a 4 or higher in order to gain a hit. So the fact is we've done that is amazing. So let's do another d6 +1. Oh my god. 3 fucking 6s in a row. Holy crap. Yeah. What the hell is this pie? Atriga, what the hell? So yeah, so basically get 3 successful hits and it's down. Oh my god. That's fucking crazy. And we get 2 treasure rolls, which is amazing. That is absolutely crazy. Like, seriously, I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting to get some damage. You know, Atriga, what the hell? Okay, right, let's go to treasure room. Let's go to treasure room. Not hidden treasure, I want... where's the treasure room? No, not the hidden treasure complications. I want treasure, where is it? Empty room search, no. There we go. Treasure table. Okay, so now we get 2 rolls, meaning that we just basically get 2 rolls. So let's see what we do. So let's go for d6. Okay, 3. 3 is... 3 is a scroll with a random spell. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do another d6. 2. Okay, so we need to roll the spell scroll, which we rolled in a second. And we need to roll 2d6. Okay, right, so let's go 2d6. So we get 7 gold. Okay, right, so... we need to go to the spells, if I can find it. Yep. Okay, so there's 6 spells we can go from. Blessing, Fireball, Lightning Bolt, Sleep, Escape, or Protect. Let's go d6. Okay, so we get a Scroll of Protect. Right then, so Scroll of Protect and 7 gold coins? 7, okay. Honestly, that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. This party is just oof. This party just comes in clutch. It really does. It really, really does. That's amazing. That really could have went bad. Okay, right. So, I'm gonna go to this. Okay, so 7. So 7. So I'm gonna say that Adrica obviously got the kill, so she's gonna collect the coins, I think. So, but the problem is though, she needs to give a coin to Melgar. So Melgar is now on 10 gold, and Adrica is now on 6, so 17. She's down 17 gold. That's crazy. That's absolutely nuts. Okay, and now the question is, who's the scroll of protection going to? Now I need to realize something. I need to check to see if the scroll of protection or the scrolls in general can be used by anyone, or can it only be used by scroll. Characters may carry any number of jewels during the while to each character can only maximum 200 gold pieces, 2 shields, 3 weapons. Characters carry more. Okay. Location of scroll. How do you find scroll? Scrolls. Okay, so scrolls may be assigned to any party members, but not to barbarians. That's not because they can't read, but fear they mistrust and fear magic. Can be assigned to any party members. Okay. Wizards exchange spells if more than one was a party. Now a spell to the character's mind is not a scroll parchment that can pass to a friend. Okay. It's a random spell table. It's just for deciding what spells on a scroll. Yes, it can only be used to determine the content of a scroll, or in any case, an adventure tells you to roll a random scroll. Okay. Okay, so in the game, there's 6 basic spells. When you find one of the additional spells of a scroll, or maybe in a library, the wizard has the option of using it as a scroll or copy it. The wizard does not gain the extra spell. Okay, so it seems like... Hold on. Marcus the Elementalist, level 1 with 4 spells. Okay, he finds a scroll, a new scroll called Magic Mist. He can now use it as a spell as a one-time use, just like anybody gives the option to copy it into a spell book. Copy a spell and the spell's out to the spells that I can choose. The next time you can add a spell because it levels up. And Magic Mist. Okay. Right, so it seems like anyone can use Protect. So it's like anyone can use these spell scrolls except for barbarians. That makes a lot of sense. So Protect. So the spell gives a +1 to a single character's defense rolls for the whole duration of a battle, pardon me. So, question is, who's going to get this? I think, well, right now we either have, well, we've got a defense roll for, do you know what, let's just roll a d4. Let's see who gets it. 3. Okay, so it's going to be Hazara. Okay, that makes sense. So equipment, we're going to put scroll of protect. I'll tidy up these play sheets once we come out of the dungeon. Okay, right, so now that we've done that... Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Okay, so obviously we're going to go forward like so. Still very good. Oh, that's the other thing I'm going to do. I'm going to research the room. That's the other thing I need to start doing. I'm going to search the room. So 1 to 9 is no, 10 is a reroll, and 11 being... Okay, 16. Okay. Right, so they're going to search the room. Obviously, being a giant spider's room, there's going to probably be some dead adventurers, maybe some trapped people. that kind of stuff. So we need to go back to the PDF in terms of searching for rooms, because I need to remind myself. Okay, let's go with hidden treasure content, I think I said. No, hold on. Searching for room. Where is he? Searching rooms. Here we go. Okay, so all dungeons have secrets. Whenever an empty room is generated, you may decide that it's not the case and roll on the table below. Halfling may use a luck point to re-roll. Any room may be searched only once. Might go an S. When search a card, it's minus roll. Okay, so we need to roll a d6 to determine what happens. So let's do a d6. 6. Oh my god. Okay, right. So we got a d6. So clue, secret door, or hidden treasure. So now, what do we need to roll on? Hidden treasure. Okay, here we go. So, okay, here we go. Searching rooms. So, clue, secret door, hidden treasure. So, how do we determine which is which then? Secret door. Secret door. Hidden treasure complication. So how do we decide if it's a clue, secret door, or hidden treasure? How do we decide that? That's a good question. Searching more. I guess we just decide. Found a secret drawer. Hidden treasure clue. Okay, right, well, seems like we don't really have a choice then. Okay, until we come across the actual official ruling, let's just roll a d3 to determine what it is. So, d3. 3. Okay, so we find a hidden treasure. Okay, so we find a hidden treasure. Right, so, hold on. There was hidden treasure. Okay, hidden treasure. So, searching in the room yields a lucky find. A loose brick of floorboard hides 3d6 times 3d6 gold pieces. However, there's no such thing as free lunch. Before determining the amount of gold found, roll on the hidden treasure complication table below. Okay, so, right. So, 1 to 2, and the alarm goes off, attracting wandering monsters to the room. The goal is protected by a trap. The trap's level is equal to the number you roll on the table. And that's table 3, 4, 5. A rogue betrays a disarmed trap. If you have no rogue, the trap attacks a random wanderer, venture inflicting 1 wound if he fails to save, and 2 if he fails, rolls a 1. Okay, a ghost. A level D3 plus 1 protects the goal. The cleric may try to ban the ghost. Roll D6 plus cleric's level. The ghost is destroyed. The cleric rolls a power another equal to the ghost level better. If there is no cleric in the party, or the cleric fails to ban the ghost, all characters lose 1 life. Okay, so let's have a look. That's gonna be interesting. Very interesting. So D3. 1. Okay, so we get a wandering monster. So an alarm goes off, attracting wandering monsters to the room. So, right, so we need to roll a wandering monster check now. Oh, Brill, oh, Brill, oh, Brill. Okay, so how do we... What's the table for that? Wandering monsters. Okay, right. So, wandering monsters attack the party. Roll d3, 1 to 3 in the vermin table, 4 roll on the minion table, 5 on the wizard table, 6 on the boss table. Reroll any small dragons the boss monster met. A wandering monster as a monster has no chance of being the final boss. Okay, right. So we need to roll d6. Determine what it is first. 6 is a boss. Oh my god, it's a boss. Oh, that's right. I just remembered. We need to do the XP roll as well. That's right. We need to do the XP roll. I remember now, because the Wandering Monsters class is a boss, so we need to immediately take our XP roll. I completely forgot about that. That's fine. Okay, right. So, yeah, we'll do that first. We'll do that first. I'm confused here. Okay, then, right. So we need to roll a d6, and what happens is, if it matches or beats the current level of the character, they go up. And to tell you the truth, it only makes sense that that XP roll goes to Adriga, because she completely took care of that giant spider. This is her role. So really, this first one is a straight. This first one is just a straight level anyway, so yeah. So you need to roll equal or... No, do you roll equal? I think you roll equal above. No, you have to roll above, sorry. So there was a chance we could have failed. And we only just got it. Right, so she becomes level 2. So she gains 7 life because it's... Hold on, I don't need to bring up on the... don't need to bring up. So it's a 5+ level, starts at 6 level. Yeah, so basically... She gains 7 life now, and her attack roll becomes a 2 because we add the level to the attack roll. Just now at +2, which is brilliant. Okay, so now we need to roll on the boss table. This is going to be crazy. This is going to be bad. This is going to be bad, man. So we need to roll on the boss table. If it's a small dragon, we will roll. Oh, what are we going to get? Okay, d6. 5. Okay, what's 5? 5 is the Chaos Lord. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is fucking bad. So, yeah, so we got a boss monster. Oh my god, this is not good. This is not good. This is not good. We might actually lose this. This is what we get for searching. Okay, right. The good news is, hold on, let me see here. Okay, there is a good thing and a bad thing about this. Because we have reactions, so I think, so because it's a wonder, oh wait a minute, do monsters take reactions or do they fight always? That's a good question. That's a very good question. Let's have a look. Entrance rooms, monster reactions. Okay, hold on. Okay, in general, your party has the option to act before the monsters. When you encounter monsters, you may attack them right away. Every monster is a reaction table in the description. Roll d6 and table to determine. The minions make a single roll for whole 4. Okay, offer. Flee. If outnumbered, the monsters flee. Okay, bribe. Fight. Fight to death. Solved. Magic challenge. Special. There was something about wandering monsters not. What's something about wandering monsters? Is it only in a corridor as they come up and attack you? I think so. Well, anyway, it's a room anyway, so yeah. Okay, so basically we come in. Now I'm gonna say that we are. Oh wait a minute. Hold on. Oh no, it's the corridor's a -1. Yeah, okay. I was thinking about the searching the corridor rule. It's a -1. Okay, right. So obviously the Chaos Lord is going to come in. Right. The party sees this. So I think what we'll do is I think we're going to leave it down to reaction. Let's see what this Chaos Lord is going to do. We might get lucky. We might not. Let's see what happens. So Chaos Lord comes in. Don't know what it is. Probably the Hell Knight in like black scaled armor or something. So look. 4. Okay. So this geezer. This guy is going to fight to the death. So basically, this treasure that we found, that we've not counted yet, is the Chaos Lord's personal hoard, or personal treasure, so it's going to be great. Okay, so let's read this. So the Chaos Lord is level 6, meaning that we need to roll a d6, right? We need to roll a 6 or above. 4 life, 3 attacks, 2 treasure rolls at a +1. Before the fight begins, roll a d6 to determine if the Chaos Lord has any special powers. Oh, God. Okay, so 1 to 3, no powers. 4, Evil Eye. Characters must roll a 4+ or be at a -1 on all defense rolls until the Chaos Lord is slain. 5, Energy Drain. Any character taking a wound from the Chaos Lord must roll 4+ or lose 1 level. Wow. 6, Hell Blast. For combat, all characters must roll a d6+ or lose 2 life points. Clerics add 1/2 level to this roll. When you kill a Chaos Lord, roll a die. On a 5 or 6, a character of your choice finds a clue. Okay, right, so we need to roll a d6 to determine what it is. Please. Oh my bloody lord. Oh god, I followed the bloody... I knew things were gonna. I knew things were gonna. I knew things were gonna turn around. Turn for the bad. Okay, so Hellblast. So before combat, all characters must roll a 6+ or lose 2 life points. Right. So. Right. Okay then. Right. So. What is this? D6 plus. Hold on, let me just have a quick look at the dice code. I don't need to bring it up. Just let me go like dice codes. Okay, 6+ is 6+ what? 6+ level? It says 6d6 plus. It's interesting. Oh, it says a d6 plus because it says that's half level on this roll. Okay, right, so I guess we don't add it. So basically it's just a d6. Right, let's have a look. Right, so we'll start with Miguel. Oh, okay, he fails. Women's up next, he's just a d6. 5. Is it d6 plus level? Now I think about it, because why would it mention the cleric? It just says specifically, it's fine. Okay, so Quimman fails. Azura fails as well. And Adriga. Okay, so Adriga saves. Okay, cool. So Adriga gets a shield up from the Hellfire Blast. The rest takes -2 health. Okay, right. Let's have a look at this then. Okay, so got 6 to 4. You to 2. You to 2. And then Adriga's fine. Right, so because it's going first, the Chaos Lord is going to make his attacks first. So we have 3 attacks, so it's going to be 1 for each character. So we're going to randomize first. 2. Okay, so that's going to be an Adriga. So for her, we need a d6 plus 2. 4. Okay, so she fails. So she gains 1 damage, so she's on to 6. So we're going to roll d3. 3. That's going to be Azura, so she needs to roll the d6. 1. Oh, 1. That's a complete fail. Oh, no, yeah, that's an automatic fail. Regardless of what you roll. Yeah, that's right, so that's a fail. Never mind. So that's down to 1 HP. And then the other 2, which is between Mangel and Grimman. 6. Okay, so he successfully dodges out the way, so Grimman stays on 2. Okay, so now we're back to our turn. Now, to tell you the truth, I'm going to be honest, I don't think we can fight this. I do not think we can fight this whatsoever. I don't think we can fight this whatsoever. No, we don't have the levels, we don't have the equipment, so I'm going to say that we're going to flee out of this. I don't think the party wants to. I don't think the party wants to flee. I don't think the party wants to fight the Seer. I don't think. There is 0 point in the 0 point. There is 0 point in doing this. So let's go with flee monsters. Okay, right. Oh wait, no, not flee monsters. I want to. Hey, retrace the steps. Not around time. Let's get out of here. So let's get out of here. Hold on. That's the problem with this game. It's a solo RPG. It's like it's all over the place in terms of finger. What's this flee? Oh no, it's not flee, it's withdrawing it. Okay, here we go. Right, withdrawal. Your party slowly retreats to any room at its back, slamming the door shut and leaving the monsters on the other side, making a note of where the monsters are. They will still be there if you enter the room again. Withdrawal is only possible when the characters have a door slammed shut between themselves and the monsters. If the room has an opening, withdrawal is not possible. During a withdrawal, the monsters get to strike once at the characters, but the characters have +1 on their defense rolls. And with flight, the party runs away as they do. Each monster will attack once. Each character can make a defense roll. The bonus from shields do not apply in this case. If there is enough monsters to attack all characters, every character receives 1 attack. If there are fewer monsters than fleeing characters, the characters will be directed first against the character or characters who have lost more life points, and then against characters who are hated by the monsters. Right, so I'm looking at this. Let's go back to the Paint 3D. Looking at this. Personally, we're down to 2 health, 1 health, 6, and 4. So I think for us, Hazara is probably going to have to take one for the team here. Possibly. So I think we'll probably be best is if we... I think the best thing to do is probably if we go withdrawal, I think that would be best. I mean, she's done to... I mean, we could take one for the team and just flee. But I think going withdrawal would probably be our best thing. Just to go for the +1 in defense, maybe. And get it straight once at all characters, but the flight is just 1. Okay. So, I'll tell you what. Just to make things a little bit fair, let's do a d20 to determine what to do. 1 to 9 is withdrawal, the tactical withdrawal. 11 to 20 is flee. Okay, so they're just going to flee. They realize that this Chaos Lord is beyond what they could do. The problem is, however, Hazara being wounded, her speed or her movement is a little sluggish. So the Chaos Lord is going to get 1 attack. So I just want to make sure I've got this correctly. There's a flight. The party runs away. Each monster will attack once, which is only 1 person. Each character must make a defense roll. The bonus from shields do not apply in this case. If there's not enough monsters to attack all characters, every character receives 1 attack. If there are fewer monsters than fleeing characters, which there are, the attacks will be directed first against the character or characters who have lost more life points then. Okay, well, there's only 1. There's only 1 creature. So, okay. If a character is killed while running away, his equipment and treasure remains in the room and may not be redistributed to other members of the party. Mark the room on your map. You'll have to re-enter the fight and fight on the monster to recover the spoil of war. Now, we have a scroll of protect. Okay, scroll of protect adds a +2. Now, unfortunately, we can only use. So the question is, do we use the scroll of protect now before fleeing, or do we not use it? No, I think we can only use it in, like, yeah, because I think flight, because withdrawal is going to be our action, isn't it? So, unfortunately, we can't pop the scroll of protect. So, unfortunately, it's going to come down to this. So, basically, it's a d6, and that's all it is. It's a d6. Right, okay. So, unfortunately, Hazara, who is sluggish, like I mentioned, Miguel managed to get through. Queeman managed to get through. And Adriga managed to get through. Slam the door shot. Unfortunately, the Chaos Lord gets 1 swipe at Hazara, and she is done. So Hazara is finished. Damn it, the last one. And then what we're going to do is, we're going to do I'm going to put C, L, I'm going to put boss. Like that. And I think that is where it's going to be a good time to end this. This because we're going to see what else the party does next, because unfortunately, Hazara is done. Yeah, unless they go back and try and recover the body, but I don't think they will go in. No, I don't think so. The fact is that they need to roll a 6 to land a hit and to defend. It's just, that was just very unlucky. That was a very unlucky roll to get the Chaos Lord. But even to get a boss at that. So, yeah. So, the good news is, we do have a level up. The Adriga, so she's on level 2 and gained 8 points of health, but unfortunately when it comes to Hazara, she's done and we lost Scroll Protect. So, we could have used it, Could have used it, but unfortunately, that's just the way that goes. It does. Right, so anyway, so we'll have to find out what happens next time with the party. This should be interesting. Down to 3. Will they stay or will they go? Who knows? So anyway, my friends, thank you very much for watching today's episode. Please consider leaving a like and subscribing if you want to join the adventure. And apart from that, enjoy the rest of your day and hope to see you next time. Take care.